Okay, so let's look. We're going to talk about the 4 different parts of the interview. So, and in the very beginning, when you go to the USCIS building, you'll go through security, and then an officer will come and call your name. Like they will say, okay, Shernemu, or they'd say Nilar U, Muterler. So an officer, who normally you can tell they are an officer because they'll be wearing some sort of badge or necklace with their ID on it.
Yes.
Yes.
So they'll call your name here at USCIS for your interview. And they may ask you questions like we just did. Who would like to read this first question?
Me.
How are you?
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah, so how are you? And what would you say to that?
Thank you.
I'm fine, thank you. What else could you say? I'm fine, thank you. And then you could ask them,
How about you?
how about you? Good. And let's see, Shernemu, can you read number 2?
What is here to get here?
Good, yes. Was it hard?
Hard to get here. Hard to get here.
So for this question, they're asking, how did you come to the interview? And was it hard or was it easy to get there? So for example, let's see. Aisha, when you go to your interview, how will you get to the building? Will you drive? Will your husband drive? Will you walk?
My husband drives.
Your husband will drive you? Good.
Yes.
And if I said, was it hard to get here, what would you say?
I understand. I don't know.
So this one is a yes or a no question. So you could say, yes, it was hard. Like maybe if it was hard, that would mean maybe there was a lot of traffic.
No.
Or maybe it was hard to find parking. So that would be for the yes, if it was hard. Or maybe you could also say, no, it was not hard.
Yeah. It's not hard.
This one. Yes.
No, it was not hard.
Good. Yeah, you would say, no, it was
not
hard. Yeah, maybe there's no traffic. Parking was easy. It was a sunny day. That could be another reason why it was hard to get there, because maybe it was snowing or raining and it was a long drive. But like today, it's sunny, it's not raining, it's not snowing, so it would be easy to get there. So let's see. So let's pretend you just came to your interview. Now I'm gonna ask, Roxana, was it hard to get here?
No, it was not hard.
Good. Yeah, no, it was not hard. You could also say, no, it was easy. That would also be correct. Good.
It was easy. Yes.
Good. Let's see.
Oh, it was not
It
hard.
was easy.
Good.
That's so easy.
Kanya Pa, was it hard to get here?
No, it was not hard.
Very good. And then another question they may ask that's like that was, like I was saying, how did you get here? So how, they're asking, did you take a bus? Did you drive? Did someone drive you? So when you have to go to your interview, let's see, Shartuga, how will you get to your interview? Will you walk? Will you drive? Or will someone drive you?
I come with my children drive.
Oh, your children will drive you?
Yeah.
Good. Okay, let's see. Let me put that answer down. So for how did you get here, you could say, my children drove me. Good.
Yeah.
Let's see. What about Shernemu? How would you get to your interview?
My husband drove me.
My husband drove me. Good. What about, let's see, who else? Gultaj, how would you get to your interview?
My husband drive.
Your husband would drive you?
Yeah.
Good. And Muterlair, how would you get to your interview?
My husband driving me.
Your husband's driving you? Good. Nilaru, how would you get to your interview?
My husband drive me.
Good. And Mumina, how would you get to your interview?
Maybe me or my husband.
Oh, so maybe you drove or maybe your husband drove. Good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And another question they could ask you, let me move this over here. Another question they may ask you would be, have you been waiting long? So have you been waiting long? How could I answer that question?
How
Waiting long
long?
interview appointment.
Yes. So this one, they're asking for when you come to the building for your interview, maybe you had to sit and wait only 2 minutes. Or maybe sometimes you go for your interview and you have to sit and wait for 20 minutes. So remember, with the have you questions, again, this is a yes or a no answer. So you might say, yes, I waited 20 minutes. Or maybe you would say, no, I have not waited long. So let's try. Kanya Pa, have you been waiting long?
Just for 5 minutes.
Just, oh, you could also say that. Just for 5 minutes. Good. Let's see. Shernemu, have you been waiting long?
Long. Some 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
10 minutes, 15 minutes. Good. So you could just also say the time you've been waiting. Just 10 minutes, just 15 minutes, just 5 minutes. That would also be okay. And the very last one, who would like to read question 4?
Me teacher.
Okay, Roxana, will you read question 4?
What is the weather outside like today? Like
And so if it was today, what would you say?
today is sunny
Fun.
and little cold.
They always outside.
Good. So you could say yes, today
It's sunny.
Today is sunny. Today is a little bit cold. Good. Okay, does anyone have any questions about this? No?
No.
Okay. Good. So let's practice. I'll ask different questions to everyone. So, Kanya Pa, what is the weather outside like today?
Sunny. A little cold.
A little cold, good. Neelar Ooh, have you been waiting long?
10 minutes, teacher, 10 minutes.
10 minutes, good. Yeah, just 10 minutes, good. Muterler, how did you get here today? Did you drive, walk?
My husband driving me.
Good. Aisha, have you been waiting long?
No, I have not waited long.
Good.
Just a minute.
Good. Sherne Moo, what is the weather outside like today?
Today outside sunny, little bit cold.
A little bit cold. Good. Shartuga, was it hard to get here?
No,
No. Good. It was not hard?
little bit.
A little bit? Good, yeah. Gultaj, how did you get here today?
How do you get today?
Yeah, did you walk, drive?
No, teacher.
Oh, but let's pretend for our interview. I know today for our class, nobody had to go anywhere because we're studying at home. But when you go for your interview, how will you get there?
My husband drive me.
Okay, your husband will drive you. Good. And Mumina, have you been waiting long?
No, I have not waiting long.
Good. Very good, everyone. Okay. So that's what we call small talk. And like I always say, in the beginning of your interview, it's good to talk to the officer when they ask you questions like this and use full sentences, because your test, your interview, and your citizenship test begins once they call your name. Some officers, they may not ask you anything. They may just call your name and have you follow them. But some officers may ask you a lot of questions like, how are you? Was it hard to get here? How's the weather? And the more you talk and you use those full sentences, you're showing them your ability to speak and understand English. Okay. And then next, they will swear you in. So this is where they ask, so they'll ask you to stand up and raise your right hand. Yeah, exactly, Kanya Pa. So you'll stand up and share name. So you'll stand up and raise your right hand, and they'll ask you, do you promise to tell the truth and nothing but the truth? So help you God. And what would
Yes,
you
I do.
say? Yeah?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. You say, yes, I do.
I do.
Yes, I do.
And then they would say, you may sit down. And then that's when you would sit down and you could put your hand down. They might ask you, what does this mean? Or what does truth mean? So if they ask you that, what would you say? What does truth mean?
Love.
Good. Yes. So truth means I will not lie.
I will not.
Oh, I just will not lie.
Good.
True, I will not.
I will not lie.
Good. I will not
Not
lie.
lie.
So if when you are when you're being sworn in and they say, what does this mean? You say, I will not lie. They do this because remember, if you lie during your interview, it is a crime. But let's say if you lie to your family or your friend or even to me, it's not a crime. Like if you say, oh, sorry, teacher, I can't come to class, I have to work, but maybe you're just tired and you want to sleep. That is not good, but it is not a crime. But during our interview, we always want to tell the truth. And so that's why when you have to be sworn in and you make a promise, you will tell the truth. That's where if you lie, that would be a crime. Does anyone have any questions about this? No?
No, teacher.
Okay. Then they may ask, do you understand why you are here today?
I have a permanent test.
Citizen test.
Okay, here. So, Gultaj, can you say that again? I like that.
I have appointment today, citizen test test.
I have an appointment for a citizen test. Good. Yeah. Yeah, we're pretending it's our interview. Good. Yeah, today we're here for class, but for your interview, you would say, I have an appointment for a citizen test. Good. Aisha, what did you say?
Yes, I have an appointment for a citizen test.
Good. What's another thing you could say?
Well, I have citizen test.
I have a citizen test. You can say, I am here for my citizenship interview.
Interview, yes. Interview, yes.
Yeah, good.
I'm here for
You
my.
want to become
Could you say I'm here to become a U.S. citizen?
citizen. And here for my citizen.
Yes, I have USCIS interview appointments.
Oh, I like that, Roxana. Yes, I have a USCIS interview appointment. Good.
U.S. citizen.
Okay. And then another question they may ask, why do you want to become an American citizen?
I want to free country.
I want to live in a free country.
Yes, I want to vote.
Vote.
To work.
To
I
vote.
want to vote.
Good. Is there anything else you may want to say?
Because I want to vote.
Because I want to vote. Good.
I want to vote free country.
I want to live in a free country. Good. Yeah, both of those would be correct answers. Something else people may want to say, America is my home.
My home.
I want to vote.
America is my home.
America is my home.
Good. Okay, so now let's practice. I'm going to take turns asking one of these questions to everybody. So, Roxana, do you understand why you are here today?
Yes,
And why are you here?
today is a citizen class. Today is USCIS interview appointments.
Good. Yeah. Good, Roxana. Thank you. Okay, Kanya Pa, why do you want to become an American citizen?
Yes, to become an American citizen.
And why do you want to become an American citizen?
Because I want to vote.
Because you want to vote. Good. And Nilar U, why do you want to become an American citizen?
Because I want to work.
Good. Yeah, you want to vote.
I want to vote.
Okay. Gultaj, do you understand why you are here today?
I want to vote citizen class.
And remember for this one, number one, do you understand why you are here today? So also if they asked you, why are you here today? What would you say?
I have appointment today, citizen test.
Good. And Shartuga, why are you here today?
What are you? No want to vote.
Or if they asked, why are you here today? You're here for your...
I'm here from my citizenship interview.
Good. Yes, that's the why are you here today? But if they said, why do you want to become an American citizen? What would you say?
I want to vote.
Good, good. And Shernemu, why do you want to become an American citizen?
America is my home.
America is your home? Very good. And Aisha, why are you here today?
I am here for my citizenship interview.
Good. And Muterlair, why do you want to become an American citizen?
I want to vote.
Want to vote? Good. And Mumina, why do you want to become an American citizen? Oh, Mumina, you're on mute. We can't hear you.
Because I want freedom.
You want freedom. Very good. Thank you, everyone. Great answers. Does anyone have any questions about this? No?
No,
Yeah.
no, teacher. Thank you.
You're welcome. So now we're going to practice some personal information. So when we say personal information, it's asking questions about you. So when you apply for citizenship, you have to give USCIS a lot of information about yourself. Things you have to tell them: your address, your birthday, when you became a permanent resident, or like we said, when you came to the United States. If you're married, you would have to say your marriage date, what day you got married. If you have children, you'd be talking about your children's names and birthdays. Your occupation, which is the same thing as your job. Or also your school info, like where do you go to school? So let's see. Muterler.
Yeah, teacher.
What city do you live in?
I see the Milwaukee, teacher.
Milwaukee, good. And Kanya Pa, what state do you live in? Let's see, what state do you live in? Wisconsin, good, yeah, you got it. Good, good. And so let's see. Shernemu, where do you work?
FedEx.
FedEx, good. Mumina, are you married?
Yes.
Yes, you're married, good. Roxana, how many children do you have?
I have 2 children.
2 children. Aisha, where do you work?
And what PCA Blueprint?
PCA company, good. Goltaj, when did you come to the United States?
I come July 23, 2006.
Good. Nilar, what country were you born in?
June 24, 2014.
Good. That's when you were born.
Burma.
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 Good. Got it. Good. Okay, let's see. Shartuga, what is your marital status?
I'm a widow.
You're widowed? Good. So yes, so these are the personal information questions. And when they start asking you personal information questions, that means the next thing will be the yes or no questions. These two are together. Sometimes with your interview, they may start 100 questions, reading, writing, and then they'll do personal information questions and yes or no questions. Or sometimes they will start with personal information and yes or no. Each interview is different, but this is what we call the speaking part. So both personal information and yes or no questions will come together. So now let's practice some of these. Okay, who would like to do vote? Who would like to answer this one?
Yes, me.
Okay, Aisha, have you ever registered to vote in any federal, state, or local election in the United States?
No, teacher.
No? Good. And what does vote mean?
To choose our leader.
Good. To choose our leaders. Good. So this is the style for the yes or no question. First, you will have to answer yes or no. And then the interviewer may ask you the definition or the meaning for that word. They may not ask for the meaning. They may just only ask yes or no. Like Nilar U's husband, Sachan A, just passed his interview last month.
Yeah, complete.
Yeah. And they only asked him yes or no questions, no definitions.
Oh.
But they asked him a lot of yes or no questions.
Yeah.
But all he had to say, no, 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 or sometimes yes, yes, yes. But then also we've had students before that they ask the have you ever, which is the yes or no. And then they ask, what does vote mean? Or what are taxes? So that's why we practice both. Sometimes your interview may be easy and only yes, yes, no, no, no. But sometimes they'll ask you more questions. So that's why I always say I like to be the tough interviewer. So if you go and you get the tough interviewer, you are ready.
Teacher, my dad, you know easy, sir.
Yeah, no, Sharon Amu did not have an easy interview. They can ask lots of tough questions. Okay, let's see. And does anyone have any questions about vote?
No.
Yep. Okay, now let's practice taxes. Nilar U, do you owe any overdue federal, state, or local taxes?
No.
No?
Oh.
I like that. That's a strong no. No. No, that's good. It's good when you're saying no. You want to say it very clearly and strong. You want to say no. If you say like, no, they may think you don't understand. So I like that. That's a good, strong no, Nila. No.
Yeah. Easy answer.
Yeah. No. But what about if I said, do you pay your taxes?
Money we pay the government.
Oh yeah, that would be, yeah, what are taxes? Money we pay to the government. Yeah. So do you pay your taxes?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes, good. Sometimes this is the only question I've seen. Sometimes they'll switch. So you have to listen very carefully, because if they say, do you pay your taxes? What would you say?
No. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So for this one, do you pay your taxes? You want to say yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's every year, well, every week when we're working, we pay our taxes. Then every year we file our taxes. When do we file taxes by? When is the last possible date you can file your federal income tax return?
April 15.
April 15.
15.
Good job, Buterler. Good job, Roxana. April 15th. So if I say, do you pay your taxes? You would say
Yes.
Yes.
yes. And if I say, do you owe any overdue federal, state, or local taxes, what would you say?
No.
No.
No, good. So if you hear owe and taxes, no. I always say oh, no.
No.
If you hear pay taxes, yes, I
Yes.
pay taxes. If you say no to this, then they'll say you don't pay taxes? Say, oh no, yes, I pay taxes. And what are taxes?
Money
Money we
to
pay
the
to
government.
the government.
Government.
Good. Money we pay to the government. What about jail? Jail, let's see. Kanya Pa, have you ever been in jail or prison?
No.
No? Good. And what is a jail?
The place
A
police.
place where police take people.
It's a place where police
Take
take people or take you. Place, you could also say yes, place where police take you. And then in old definition we used before, place where police take people who have been arrested. But that one's kind of long. If you just want to do a shorter one, you can just say place where police take you. Because the important part is it's a place police take you. So the jail is the place. Now remember, for any of these questions, if it has happened to you, you would have to say yes, and then you would talk about what happened. So, and then let's see. Oh, Shartuga, have you ever been in jail or prison?
No.
And what is a jail?
A place where police take people.
Good. Mumina, have you ever been in jail or prison?
No.
And what is a jail?
The jail, some people not doing good.
It's the place where police take
people. Yeah.
Good. Does anyone have any questions about jail?
No.
Go. And again, the have you ever means anywhere. United States, Burma, Thailand, Malaysia, Somalia, anywhere you have lived in. Anywhere you have lived. See, sometimes I make mistakes too when I'm speaking. All normal. Okay. What about arrested?
Take it to jail by the police.
Good, very good. So let's start with Muterlair. Have you ever been arrested, cited, or detained by any law enforcement officer for any reason?
No, teacher.
No. And what does arrested mean?
Take her to jail by the police.
Good. Taken to jail by the police. Very good. And so for this one, we have to be careful because sometimes arrested, maybe you have never been arrested, but this one, cited is asking about driving tickets. Cited, driving tickets. So for this one, if you've had any sort of driving ticket from the police, you would have to say yes. And then you would say where you got your ticket. For example, I have had a driving ticket. When I was 16, I just got my driver's license and I would drive very fast. And one day the police, they stopped me and they gave me a ticket for driving too fast here in Milwaukee. So I had to pay a fine. So if you have a driving ticket, you would want to say yes, and then you would have to tell the story, like I just did, of what happened. And always make sure if you get a driving ticket, you pay your driving ticket and try to keep a copy of your receipt so you can show I paid my driving ticket. It's not necessary, but it's good to have. Good, let's see. Okay. Aisha, what does arrested mean?
Taken to jail by the police.
Good. And Kanya Pa, what is a jail?
Taken to jail by the police.
So now this one, what is a jail?
The police people who are arrested.
Good, good. Yeah, so arrested is the action. Sometimes when I'm practicing with students, I see this gets a little mixed up. So arrested, think handcuffs, the handcuffs, taken to jail by police. And then jail is the place police take people. Does anyone have any questions about arrested?
No.
No? Okay. What about, okay, so this last one, deported. Who would like to do deported?
To be sent back to original country.
Good, yeah, so deported.
How do you go to original country?
We would say to be sent back to your original country. Or you could also say to be sent back to your home country. Home country.
Yeah, home country.
So let's see. Gultaj, have you ever been removed, excluded, or deported from the United States?
Yes, teacher.
So you've been sent back to your home country? Or Gultaj, have you always stayed here in the United States?
United States.
Yeah, so this one you would say then no. Deported means the government said go back to Burma or Malaysia. Let's try one more time. So Gultaj, have you ever been removed, excluded, or deported from the United States? And you would say?
No.
No, teacher.
No, good. And then if I said, what does deported mean, what would you say?
Your original country.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Say, to be sent back to your home country, or to be sent back to your original country. Good. And we will stop there for today because it is 10 a.m. So let's look at your homework.
Yeah.